It's about time. Cyan World is releasing all of the Myst games in a single collection, updated to run on modern systems. I grew up playing the series, and now having a chance to play all of them again, it got me thinking which of these worlds I look forward to revisiting the most. These are my personal picks for the top 5 best Myst ages. This video might contain spoilers for all of the Myst games, but come on. The last one came out 13 years ago. You had your chance. Here goes. And at number 5...
Tolesa, built to study the heavens.
Myst 5 End of Ages was made largely by recycling art assets intended for the online portion of Uru after it was shut down. This caused the ages in this installment of Myst to be sort of bare, that is, lacking in backstory, environmental storytelling, or other interesting details. What Tolesa lacks in detail, it makes up for in scope. Just look at this landscape of rivers and craters, and of course the ringed planet. To me, this view is nothing short of awe-inspiring. The reason Tolesa is far down in this list is because it lacks any meaningful puzzles. It basically boils down to finding symbols to teleport around. I get the feeling that if this age had been in Uru as originally intended, the puzzles instead would have involved observing celestial objects over time maybe, requiring a sort of group effort. The compromise in converting the age to a single-player experience probably led to this gimmick this age has, which is the ability to fast-forward time. The clouds and stars will rapidly move like in a time-lapse. I absolutely love this.
Your destination is not here, but above.
The conclusion to the age is satisfying too. It sends you up into the stars, letting you look down at Tolesa from orbit. You also get to fly through the rings of the blue planet you saw when you first got to the age. No other age in Myst lets you do anything like this. And at number 4...
Spire, I've called it, for that's the image I kept in mind as I wrote the book that would blink here. A soaring rock and crystal spire rising out of dense clouds like the watchtower of some gem-studded castle. Now that I'm here and am exploring the age in person, I find it to be exactly as I've envisioned. Beautiful, yet so very deceptive.
Spire is an age that tells a story. It tells the story of the fall of a man who believed himself a god, his descent into madness, and his rise as an immediate threat. Unlike the empty age of Tolesa, this place feels lived in. This age features moody music, beautiful visuals, and excellent detail in all 3 of its sections. What hurts the overall experience, though, are, unfortunately, the puzzles. They're just bad. The electrical puzzle feels arbitrary. The tuning puzzle is a convoluted mess of elimination. The real frustration, though, is the final lock puzzle, which has a time limit on it, so that even if you know exactly how to solve it, it's annoying and frustrating to enter the solution. The major disappointment, though, is the triumphant victory cutscene at the end, which is really nothing more than just a glorified elevator ride. But to its credit, it does have some really good music. All things considered, though, this age is absolutely unique and easily the best part of Myst 4. Number 3. Kadish Tolesa from Uru Ages Beyond Myst. In some ways, Kadish Tolesa is a straightforward puzzle age. There are a series of puzzles leading up to the opening of an actual vault, the clues for which are concentrated in a gallery which is linked to from the start of the age. Despite the straightforwardness to it, this age has a lot going for it. First and foremost, this age is absolutely beautiful. The trees that are so tall you can't see their tops, the leaves blowing in the wind, the magnificent foggy outdoor vista. Almost every part of this age is just stunning. The only exception is the vault at the end, but hey, nothing's perfect. As for the narrative, the puzzles are justified by having the age be a vault age written by Guildmaster Kadish. And so the puzzles are basically his vault's locks, so they're not completely arbitrary. It also happens that Kadish himself, or Rather, his bones can be found in his vault, where he apparently decided to go full Scrooge McDuck and spend his final moments dying amongst his treasures. The final detail that elevates this age above the previous ones on this list is the music. Now, I know that technically the music isn't found in this age exactly, but I'm going to credit this age for the music anyway. It just so happens to be some of the absolute best music in the entire Myst series, period. And at number 2. Yes, Amateria for Myst 3 Exile is breathtakingly gorgeous. Yes, the music is great. Yes, the puzzles are just the right difficulty. Some are a bit easier because they have more than one way of solving them, but that's a good thing. The reason why this age is second best is because it features an unforgettable experience. At first, you think the age is some sort of pinball puzzle. Each of the 3 major sections has you trying to get this ice sphere through a series of obstacles, and every time you fail, the ice sphere gets smashed to pieces, and it gets smashed over and over and over and over again. Eventually, the sphere makes it through, and you unlock the way to the central pagoda. Inside, this chair waits, and it raises you into the sky, and you start figuring out how to get the sphere over the southern bridge. And again, when you get it wrong, the sphere smashes into bits. Suddenly, while you're working on the puzzle and you think you have it solved, without any warning, this mechanism spins a sphere around you, and you realize you're in the sphere that's been smashed over and over. And then after what seems like an eternity, the ball drops. And you are treated to the best victory ride in the entire series. And the best part is, you know you earned it.
For reasons you'll discover, I can't send you to Riven with a way out.
What can I say about Gen's 5th age that hasn't been said already? From the sound design, to the visuals, to the music, Riven was, and still is, a masterpiece. These graphics are 20 years old. Let that sink in. This game is still photorealistic 20 years going. What elevates Riven above all the other ages and all the other games is one thing. This world feels real. Just everything about it. A major part of that is because it's so rich in detail and all the details connect. You discover through gameplay that the Rivenese people have hopes, fears, customs, religion, technology, food sources, transportation, and it all adds up so that it just doesn't feel like a video game. And the puzzles don't get in the way of the immersion because none of them are arbitrary. The puzzles have a realistic in-game reason as to why they're there. The red herring distractions are there because there are tools and mechanisms in this world that don't just exist for you to solve. They're just there because it's part of how these people live in this environment. Take, for example, the fire marble color puzzle. It makes sense Gen would label the colors with dunny symbols. It makes sense that he would test the colors to see what would attract the Wark's attention. And it makes sense for the Wark to smash into one of those lights, leaving the player missing one piece of the puzzle. What I'm trying to say is that as an interactive experience, Riven reigns supreme. And I don't think it's just nostalgia. There was something magical about a fully realized world to explore. It's possible that the current gaming climate simply doesn't allow for games like this to exist, but it's also possible, just maybe, that the ending hasn't yet been written. So that's my list. Are you outraged that Myst Island wasn't on the list? Should Nullabin have made the list? Feel free to let me know in the comments, but remember, this is all just opinion. Thanks for watching.